So welcome to episode 10.
Is it 10? Wow.
Episode 10.
10. God, wow. Welcome to episode 10.
Time flies.
Time flies.
Doesn't it?
What's wrong? Okay, cool. It's Christmas soon.
It's Christmas
That's
soon.
why we're wearing red.
And that's why we got tinsel here.
Beautiful tinsel.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Is this new tinsel or is this old tinsel?
I don't know. Alfie went out on one of his kind of emotional crises and got a
One
load
of his
of
walks.
quite a lot of decorations that probably we can't afford.
Okay.
Including this. This looks like expensive tinsel.
This looks like, because it's dual colour, isn't it? Which is impressive, actually.
And it's thick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just really don't give a shit about Christmas.
No, nor do I. I really don't.
I don't like it.
No. I think I kind of liked it when I was young. When I was in school, I found the nativity and stuff quite exciting. But I don't at all look forward to it at all in the year as an adult.
No, I really am dreading it.
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed Christmas. I don't think, and I think I did when I was a child. I think there was a lot of effort gone into our stockings.
Oh my God, yeah, Mummy with the pillowcases, that was incredible.
Yeah, and I really did believe in Father Christmas for way too long. I'm shocked by children's capability to believe even when there is no logic.
Yeah.
So last night, Donnie lost his second tooth. Yeah, it came out.
Oh
It came out so quickly.
Oh, that's
and now
great.
I feel like he's becoming a boy.
Yeah, he is such a little boy now.
And he's being moody with me. And because I haven't as much time to kind of, plough into him, I definitely notice he's kind of pulled away. And I said that to Alfie, and he said that's just what boys do. They at 6 they pull away.
Oh my God, that's
I know.
gloomy, isn't
He
it?
said that his dad said that he stopped becoming a little boy at 6.
Jesus Christ.
I just can't bear the thought of that.
No, I think that Donnie is just going to be like eternally warm and lovely.
I hope
but he's probably just confused about his own, his own body right now, like he's got teeth falling out.
I know. Well, so it came out really quickly as he was eating some toast with Nutella on. And he was glad that it came out in the day because he was worried if it came out at night he would choke in his sleep. And so as we were going to bed, and I just kind of thought, oh no, I've got to remember to do the tooth fairy thing. I've got to remember to do the tooth fairy thing. He had absolutely no question that the tooth fairy was coming tonight. And even when I turned off the lights, he got up. Sorry if you can hear the baby snoring.
He's snoring like a wildebeest. That's the family. That's the genetics.
Your
They're
mummy's
very
boy.
strong.
You think you don't snore, but you fucking snore.
No, I have a dainty sleep now. I don't know how.
No. She snores. Yeah. You have a more, at least my snore is so horrific that it's funny. Yours is just like a consistent, whereas mine is kind of a...
I have a deviated septum.
Yeah, so do I. I think mine's more deviated than yours though.
I actually think that mine's more deviated than yours, but that's fine.
Actually, you do get more sinus problems, don't
I
you?
have
And that's
way
why
more
you
sinus
sound
problems,
like you do now.
Exactly, that's why I've got a sexy deep voice.
Yeah. So, but mine has a hook at the end, my nose.
Yeah, but I have a actual, my septum genuinely deviates.
So does mine. Look at the slant in my nose.
No, mine is way more crooked than yours. Truly, mine is. Mummy
are
thought I had a cross eye for 2 years. I had to go to 18 different eye doctors, and then they eventually told me it's actually just because my nose is so slanted.
Yeah. Anyway, Donnie, as they turned the lights off, went to the window.
Can we just move the tinsel? Sorry, it's just really annoying
Is
me.
it annoying you?
Yeah.
You really hate Christmas, don't you?
I fucking hate it. Yeah.
Can you just get that festivity away?
It's just so gross. Yeah.
Is that going to affect? Okay, cool.
It just looks like a weird
Snake.
It's good.
Yeah.
Great.
Throughout the hour, this is going to go
Just
off
it's
away.
Awful.
Anyway, so he went to the window to open the window just to crack. And I said, why are you doing that? It's freezing. And he said, just the tooth fairy has to get in. So he really believes. And I've done I put a little note on the pound coin again. And I did it late at night. I was just tired, but I thought, oh, he's going to be so let down if the tooth fairy doesn't come. And in the morning, and he's also a businessman, so he knows that you get money. So he's like, well, it's 2 teeth, so I should get £2. And Alfie was like, no, we shouldn't give him £2. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I gave him £2. I did 2 little notes. And in the morning, during the night, in his sleep, he obviously went to check, and he pushed the coins off the bed. So in the morning, he woke up panicked and thinking, my tooth is gone, and the tooth fairy didn't come. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And I said, I'm sure it's there. I'm sure the tooth fairy came. She definitely made the effort to come, I think. And eventually he found the pound coins under the bed. But just completely believes.
That logic that it can stretch, that it might have fallen on the floor and he still can believe it. It just like, that's just amazing. I mean, I remember Mummy making such an effort for Christmas doing the bite and the mince pie when we were at Grandma's house.
Yeah.
And I think that level of thrill and excitement of seeing that in the morning and truly believing it, that's like the happiest that a human being can be, because you actually believe in magic and that anything can happen, and your brain is just so filled with possibilities. So, and
it doesn't matter then what you really get. Like I remember getting socks one year, but because it had been such a nice stocking, I didn't care.
Exactly. So I think that's so important to preserve in children, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in a way, it doesn't matter that we're really cynical now, because we know that we had that like belief thing, and we're so lucky.
So yeah, I'm trying to make it nice for them. But it takes a lot of effort, and I can't get to Westfield because of the
I went to Westfield yesterday. It was disgusting. Don't even bother.
Was it really busy?
It was so busy, yeah. And everything was just kind of like been torn out. Do you know what I mean? People are like kind of feral.
Because me and Alfie were going to have a romantic day at Westfield tomorrow because that's the last day before they break up from school. But now I'm thinking I don't want to go there.
Yeah. How do you feel about tier 3 now? It being back to tier 3?
Well, I've been living in lockdown for so long now. I don't really self-impose lockdown as well.
I was kind of sad about it, but then Mummy on the way here this morning said how sad it was that all of the pantomimes and musicals and stuff are going to have to be closed down, and I just started laughing because I thought it was so funny. I was like, imagine the gutsiness to be like, yeah, this year people are going to need a panto. You know, it's like, obviously that wasn't going to work out, you idiots.
But yes. Also, there was on the One Show, there was a segment about a musical about Henry. Is it Henry VI?
Henry VIII.
Henry VIII. Shit.
Well, I mean, I guess there was a Henry VI because
the one who chopped his.
Oh, that's Henry VIII. That's Henry VIII. Okay. You should know that.
So he had 8 wives.
No. So no, it's Henry VIII because he was the 8th Henry of the royal family. Wives. He had 6 wives. Was it 6? Yeah, thank God. And he, divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So they're doing a big West End musical called 6.
Oh no, that's not new. Is that not new? So Molly and Millie that I used to live with, they were at the university where that show was written. That was a university show.
Oh no! Really?
And then I went to the Fringe and did so amazingly that the people that wrote it became really famous. But the controversy is that all of the original actors, i.e. the people from university, were doing it. And they were doing it in like a small theatre in London. And they didn't realise that the boy and the girl that had written it had been meeting up with West End producers. And the next thing they knew, they were holding auditions for all of the characters and none of the girls were being seen for it.
From the university?
From the university, like they were going to be seeing proper actresses. And one of them got an audition and she was like, guys, I think that they're sneaking around, sneak attacking us.
Oh, that's so bad. That's like the time almost, but worse, when after Arcadia, my first West End and only theatre role that I've ever got.
She was incredible.
I was fine. I in retrospect, I was actually quite poor. That's fine.
I just remember going to visit you and us going to Muffinski's around the corner from the theatre every day.
They had sugar-free muffins, but there was something in those muffins, wasn't there? They were just the best muffins. Oh, poor Miss Muffinski's.
Muffinski's was the best. That was honestly the happiest time of my life.
That was my phase of eating a lot of dried fruit.
Yeah.
I thought dried fruit was healthy. Little did I know it fucks you up.
Too much sugar. Not going to fill you up.
No. You think you're being healthy, but no.
Anyway, yogurt covered anything. That's just...
Frozen yogurt with dried fruit. I thought this is the healthiest you can be in life.
Oh, yeah. With 7 dates, just...
All the dates you can imagine. Oh, God.
This is so this is so specific to a certain type of woman that this is going to appeal to.
I think our podcast is very specific,
it's a specific
so
type of woman. And we're going to see you all there at the live one in February. So.
Yeah, definitely. Bring your frozen yogurt. Bring your little bag of dried fruit.
Bring your polycystic ovaries.
Bring your coil. Bring
your dislodged coil. So we're going to have a party.
Breastfeed?
Yeah.
It would just be this free for all.
It's just going to be a collection of all sorts, isn't it? The misfits of society.
And as a treat, you can get a little print from a shop.
Yeah, from Donny.
Donny's print.
He'll be charging at the door.
He's taking over the shop.
He'll be selling his own teeth for coins.
So you will have bought a ticket and he's going to charge you an extra £2.
Yeah.
And by then I'll have no teeth.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mafinsky's was shut now. Anyway, Arcadia, my starring role.
She was really good, honestly. You were really good. You were perfect for that role.
Well, actually, for Patreon, I'm going to write my horrific director story.
My God, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a juicy one.
Anyway, the director, who I will be writing about, was... I didn't see him after Arcadia. And then, obviously, then I found out that it was transferring to Broadway. And, obviously, I got very excited.
Yeah. I'm going to be a star.
And I thought, I'm going to go to New York. I'm going to go to so many loft parties.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever been to a loft party, but I just assume you go to New York and you go to a loft.
Of course. I think it's all lofts then.
Yeah.
I think it's all lofts.
And anyway, I went to another audition at... What's it called? I was going to call it Spotify.
Spotlight. It's been a while since we've been in there. It's been a while. It's been renovated, I hear.
Oh, really? I mean, it should have been renovated. Spotlight was always so gross.
It has been renovated. It has, yeah.
Surely it has a nicer staircase now. I always
No. It doesn't have now the catwalk of shame, where you walk through and you see all of the other people auditioning for all of the other projects in there. So now they've made it so that it's not as horrendously embarrassing.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So it's less of an office?
It's less officey. It looks more like a waiting room now.
They probably have loads of headshots on the wall of all the people that got jobs.
Yeah.
So you can just stare at them. And you can they probably have soundproof walls now, so you can't hear every single word of everyone who's auditioning for you.
All the actors crying in the toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the 2 toilets.
Yeah. I think they got 4 now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And whenever I went in those toilets, I'd always see all of the makeup powder of all the actresses who had gone in to do their nose.
Exactly,
before.
the final touch up just before the big show.
And I would always put my finger in the powder and just be like, bitches, fucking bitches.
Yeah, cast a hex on them.
Anyway, so as I went in for my shitty little audition that I didn't get, I noticed these feet in front of me going up these horrible stairs, and they were old Reeboks, and the director was famous for wearing kind of trainers and being quite attractive and dishevelled looking, but with funny trainers.
Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born.
Yeah, very, very Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born. Anyway, and then I realised it was him, it was the director, and I was like, I was going to go, hey, but I thought he doesn't really like me, so I won't do that, even though that was my natural instinct.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I found out a week later that they were, no. Well, as I went up the stairs, there's that board, and you can see what's auditioning in different rooms. Yeah. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think you should see.
No.
Because then I'm going to try and get in on that Nike advert.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always just a bit disheartening, when you see all of the stuff that's going on,
Yeah, when you see that you're in there for a student film, and there's also
Steven
Spielberg.
Yeah, Warner Brothers. Casting,
and I found out, I saw on the board that they were auditioning for Arcadia Broadway.
Oh my God, that is so upsetting.
And a week later, I found out that my friend, Belle Powley, got the job. So I was ousted. Anyway, that was pretty bad.
That is brutal.
Yeah. I did really care at the time, but then I thought, actually, I'm not a loft party person.
No, exactly. And also, you get scared of heights anyway,
I'm scared of heights. I don't like flights. And I fucking hate acting.
And you don't...
I don't hate acting, please cast me.
Yeah. We said that we were going to talk about acting this
Yeah,
one.
sorry, it always comes back to that.
It does.
But this is because we were talking about
the
Henry VI
thing, exactly.
Anyway, so back to the story of the one show.
The one show. That's where this all started.
The lovely actresses who were obviously very happy that they had kind of taken the jobs off these poor students. They were so happy on this one show segment saying, and we're opening next Wednesday, and then they were showing them rehearsing and stuff in the West End Theatre, and they've had to close already after 2 performances.
God, that sucks.
I do feel really sorry for theatres.
I guess you could do the performances on Zoom, but that would suck, wouldn't it?
That would be just horrible.
It'd be horrible.
But at least they'd still get to perform. But then they would have to film it so well.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It just seemed like probably it was a silly investment, but it's sweet that people still made that investment because it shows that we're all hopeful that things are going to suddenly get better. It's glad that not... I'm glad, God, sorry. I'm glad that everyone's not super cynical and just kind of assumes that everything is going to be fucked this year. It's nice that people still thought that there was something like that was worth retrieving, you know?
And definitely hope is just so crucial right now.
Exactly.
I remember when the Frozen musical posters first started coming in on the tubes back earlier on in the year, and whenever Margot would go on the tube and see these Frozen posters, she would be like, oh, Mommy, we have to go. And I said, yeah, definitely. In October, we're going to go. And then as the virus happened, I obviously realised that wasn't going to happen. But apparently Frozen musical is one of the few things that's kept all of the employees in production. So even though it hasn't opened, they've still kept all of the costume people, all of the musical people, everything. Why are you staring at me like that?
Because I was just thinking how nice it would be if it was Idina Menzel that played her.
Oh, that'd be amazing. And Kristen Bell.
Oh my God, can you imagine that?
And also apparently they've done a new Frozen thing for Disney Plus, and Isla Fisher is playing Anna. Isn't that perfect?
That's great.
I want to be Isla Fisher. And I've wanted to be her since I saw her in Neighbours.
She's married to Sacha Baron Cohen, isn't she?
Neighbours / Home and Away, I don't know which one.
That's such a fucking cool couple.
Yeah. 3 kids.
You can just tell that they're so in love as well.
Ginger hair. Lovely accent.
Exactly. That's what I tried to go for.
Famous friends. And Sacha Baron Cohen, he's cool, isn't he?
Yeah, he's cool. And he's sexy.
Yeah. But is he sexy because he's such a genius? Well, I know he's not an absolute genius.
No,
some people don't like his work, but is he cool because he's so prolific?
Yeah.
Is he attractive and sexy because he's prolific?
Because he doesn't give a fuck, because he has something to say, because he's ruthless and hilarious, and I don't know, he makes himself so wonderfully different from everybody else. Like, that's a very attractive quality in and of itself. He's so unique, you know?
Yeah, you do find people who are unique and just are self-confident and attractive. I just wish I was self-confident.
Yeah, me
I think
too.
how fucking sexy I would be if I was self-confident.
God, yeah, you would be flying. You'd be like a supermodel. Nothing would be able to stop you. You'd be like, look at her go.
Because I do find myself sometimes talking to Alfie, and I feel myself being like, in my head, my internal monologue is, stop looking at me, stop looking at me, stop looking at me. The other day, I get to a point about 9 p.m. where I cannot function anymore because I'm so tired, and I've not planned the evening so that I should have got the baby to bed. I should have got Donnie and Margot to bed. I should have had dinner earlier. I should have organised everything so at least I wouldn't get to 9 p.m. and have a complete breakdown, which happens when you have a newborn. I know it's normal.
Yeah.
But as this was happening, and also because he can't be off me right now, as you can see, I was in the bathroom and I was trying to do my long plaits for bedtime because obviously I had to sleep in my plaits.
Yeah.
And
Protective hairstyle.
the baby was screaming with Alfie because he was overtired and he should have been in bed. And he'd woken up thinking he was asleep, but it actually wasn't. Anyway, Alfie came in to try and help me, and I just shut the door on him, and I was like, "Don't look at me." I'm still vain. And
Yeah, but I think that's a family trait too. It's a
don't
family
look
trait.
at me. It
Yeah.
just... Oh, sorry, Ten. You're right there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, do you think that you could be... Do you think next year you're going to try and be more self-confident?
I think I think that like trying to be more confident will probably be fruitless for me, because I just naturally like I'm a bit more sort of self-deprecating and anxious type of person. So I think that if I like try and fake confidence, I'll end up like overthinking it and then, you know, undermining myself. But what I am going to try and be is just give less of a shit about stuff.
Yes.
And just be less precious, get less upset, get less annoyed at myself and at other things, and just like be more, I don't know, productive, because I'm not putting as much effort into making things perfect. I'm just going to like be really functional. I'm going to like try and emulate the Phoebe Buffet in that episode of Friends where it's an alternate universe where she's a businesswoman, she's just smoking the whole time and she's just like, fire. Yeah, and that's the exact energy that I want to recreate.
Okay, so that's who you're trying to recreate.
Because then nothing can hurt me.
Yeah.
And then I'll be more confident because it'll just be like I'm not focusing on anything, you know?
Yeah.
That's very powerful.
I saw on one of my Instagram pop-ups today on, you know, the Discover page, I saw it was one of these, I think it was about binge eating, because they've obviously heard us talking about, diet
makes
stuff.
sense. Oh my
so
God,
now,
did you see the things that I get advertised on my YouTube?
On your YouTube?
It is insane.
On my Instagram, it was somebody who is a counsellor for binge eaters. I just suddenly found myself following her, and all of her photos are her crying, saying it's okay to cry, type things like that. It's not okay to cry. Don't cry. It is
Fucking
okay to cry.
loser.
Obviously, we cry all the time. Anyway, one of them was just text, and it said, "It doesn't matter." And I actually looked at it for ages, and I was thinking, that's what I want my 2021 to be. I just don't want to, like this morning I came downstairs, and last night I asked Alfie to just put the plate in the dishwasher. It was one plate. The dishwasher was open. He had to just slot in a plate into the dishwasher and just close the door. And it doesn't even need to have a button to start. It starts automatically.
Yeah.
Just a plate. And it was in the sink, the dirty plate.
Of course.
Yeah. And I felt my skin go red. And it was only 7 a.m. in the morning. And I just thought, it's just so easy for me to just put the plate in and do it myself. He's done the job halfway. That's good for him. You know, he did a little bit. Why do I care so much? And then I don't want to get that angry, and I don't want to break up. Yeah. So I need to learn that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think that like having any expectations for anyone else really is a road to disappointment, isn't it? Excuse me, sorry.
That's your Thelma Simpson voice, isn't
That
it?
really was, wasn't it? Yeah. No, I think it's just... it's kind of incredible when you just stop caring at all about what anybody else wants. Because you can switch it off.
Yeah. It's a switch in your head. When you suddenly get upset about something, you can just say, it actually doesn't matter in the scheme of things. And I think that's what grief teaches you.
Yeah.
Nothing matters anymore.
Totally.
Things that I would have got so upset about before, it doesn't matter anymore. As long as we're here and we're fine.
And there's, you can accept that every like shit day is just a shit day, and it will be okay the next one. Also, me and Horatio watched this thing called Alien Worlds on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
You have to watch it. It is so extraordinary and hilarious because it's narrated in a style like Planet Earth. In fact, I think the woman that narrates it, she's got this amazing voice. I think she might do the Great British Bake Off or some other big show because it's so familiar, her voice. So it's shown like a documentary, but it's complete fucking nonsense bullshit. It's all just like somebody's idea about what an alien world similar to Earth could look like. And on this one world that they explore in an episode, the planet is slightly too close to the sun, and so this intelligent life have to find a way to get off the planet and move somewhere else before the sun destroys them. And then it made me think, it was like, the sun is going to destroy the Earth one day too, you know? Like there are going to be solar flares and the Earth is going to crisp up, and, you know, way before that, all the animals and stuff are going to be gone, and then the Earth itself will destroy itself, and then the sun will destroy itself, and then that'll just be a black hole, and then whatever. And I just realised, like, every single thing that every human being is doing right now might feel so important and momentous to them, but not only are we all going to die, but literally the Earth itself is going to be gone at some point too, so there'll be no record of anyone ever existing. We're all going to die. And that's kind of freeing in a way, you know? I think I was quite upset when I had this realisation, so like, but it just was interesting to me to think that it, like, literally it doesn't mean anything. So the only thing that you can do, and this is just for like the silly little adventure thing that you've got going on in your head, like this is just to make yourself feel better, is to inject your life with its own meaning, right? Because literally nothing matters. Don't kill people or whatever, like that's not what I'm saying.
Merry Christmas.
But like, if you actually think about it and you're really upset about like how a strand of your hair looks, and you think, well, the sun is going to burn me eventually, the Earth is going to, you know, like get crushed and like destroy itself, and we're just going to be living in a black hole, and we're all going to be gone, and we're not even going to exist anymore. That's probably good to think about too when you're upset about your hair. That's what I think about when I'm upset about my hair. I had plenty of reason to be upset today.
Imagine me and Horatio weren't here. There was no microphones. It was just you on this little chair with a tinsel. Just having a party on your own.
This tinsel's going to be gone. This table's going to be gone.
Yeah.
We're going to be gone. This camera's going to be gone. These are going to be gone.
Yeah. I actually haven't ever thought about my own death before. Yesterday. It was the first time. That shows how fucking stupid I am.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I must think about my own death every day.
I think about other people dying all the time, but I have never thought about me dying. I am an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you not... I always think... This is super weird, but I always think like, it's super weird to die, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's weird that your like body and stuff is still going to be there after you're dead, right? Because I was thinking, oh, my nails look really shit right now, but then I was like, oh, it'd be so embarrassing though, because if I died right now, I wouldn't have a chance to do my nails.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, I'll be dead, so it'll be fine, doesn't matter. But I was like, no, somebody's going to see my hands. My hands are still going to be there, but I'm not. And somebody then has to take you, put you somewhere else, and it's like you don't have any control over what happens to you after you die. And I found that quite jarring to think about.
Yeah, that is horrible.
Yeah, and how all of our clothes are going to be around for longer than we are.
Yeah,
you know?
I find it so strange on the other side of that to think
This
about.
is super depressing to anyone.
To think about life and think about. I remember, because time goes so quickly when you have a newborn baby, because you monitor everything, you measure everything in weeks. So he's almost 8 weeks now, and that's gone by in a second.
I know, I can't
Whereas
believe it.
30 to 40 weeks of pregnancy, that 10 weeks goes so slowly because you're anticipating and you're organising and you're excited, you're longing. And I remember looking at some socks that I folded. It would have been now the weekend before I had him. And I opened the drawer, a drawer I haven't looked in because I now only wash and wear the same things every day. But I opened another drawer and I saw the socks folded and it felt like yesterday I'd folded those socks. And just thinking, when I folded those socks, it was before I had him, and now my life is changed forever by having him. And every day that love is developing and growing. And just thinking, God, time is so fucked. You can waste weeks.
Yeah.
You can, and then you can also savor. I got it right. Yes. You can savor. You can savor minutes, and they can matter so much. And it's exactly like when you're a teenager and you're hormonal, or you're in your early 20s and you're hormonal, and you're longing after a guy or a girl, and it becomes the most important thing ever. I don't know what I was going to say.
I think we sound like the shittest, like, pseudoscience, like, astronomer, motivational speakers ever. Like,
I was going to relate it to something,
I'm
and
sure
now I
it
just
was
said
really
hormonal
profound.
20s. Everything seems to matter so much when you're longing after a teenager. I don't know what I was going to say. My mind is gone. But I have felt that little things are creeping back. So I'm becoming more me.
oh yeah.
I am.
You're
because
snappy like a turtle. Yeah,
I read a chapter, a book, and
I haven't read a book in about 6 months.
I cut my toenails.
That's
like
good.
I think I haven't been able to do in so long.
Sure.
Because when you have a new baby, it sounds like I'm just saying I cut my toenails.
Good for you.
But what I mean is that you can't cut your toenails when you have a newborn baby.
Of course not. No. And not when you're pregnant, because you're too big, aren't you?
Yeah, you can't shave.
How
I shaved. I'm
shaved.
shaving regularly now because I got that little holder.
I shaved with your razor.
It's so good.
So good.
Doesn't it feel like you're not shaving?
It was like, it was a completely different experience from the
it's
shitty
soft.
ones.
Yeah, I kind of think
I'm
that's
sold.
not working. That's
I'm
too
sold.
silky
I'm
and
sold.
soft.
Gotcha. What's it called again?
Estrad.
Estrad.
And
Good
all
for you,
the
Estrad.
all the
That
money
was a
goes to
brilliant
women's refuge.
Yeah, although you can't use that sucker sticker thing in the shower when the wall is wet, right? I didn't know that.
Oh, well,
it jumped off the wall when I was sleeping.
Yeah, I think you got to do it when it's dry.
When it's dry.
Yeah.
Wall. Dry wall. That's
So don't get
important
caught
to
out
note.
because they could hit you in the face.
Yeah.
Talking of actually faces. Yeah. Good
Good
link.
segue.
I've been watching this show during my late night feeding, middle of the night, actually early morning feeding sessions, and I have to stay awake because otherwise I'm gonna fall on him. And I've been watching this show on Now TV called the murder of, I've got to look it up, Harry McVeigh, the murder of Harry McVeigh, the murder. How do you spell murder? Murder of Harry. Oh yeah, I got that completely wrong.
The truth about Harry
Cabert. The truth about Harry Cabert. The truth about the Harry Cabert affair, and it stars the guy from Grey's Anatomy. You know, the main guy. You probably never watched Grey's Anatomy. Oh, you would have loved Grey's Anatomy. And it's a really long series. It's about 10-hour-long episodes, and it's all about murder. And he plays a writer, and it's all about writing. It's a really cheesy murder story, but I really like it. And it stars the guy Ben Schnetzer.
Oh, Ben Schnetzer.
Yeah, who I
from
did Pride with, yeah.
Oh, he's such a good actor.
He's so good, and he's so nice, and he cares so much about acting. You can just tell that he's really committing. And there's a beautiful girl in it. Such a beautiful girl. She's playing a 15-year-old.
He's really shit at Instagram, which makes me
is
like
he?
him more. Which makes me like him way more. Because it's like, oh, you don't know what you're doing.
No.
You just love to act, don't you?
Oh,
love to play.
Action! Yeah, he does love to play. He would do some warm-up exercise, wouldn't he?
Like, you could just see the joy in his eyes, you know?
Yeah. Actually, one group of people I do feel really sorry for in lockdown is improv actors.
Oh, God. You should feel sorry for them at all times of the year.
No! Don't say that, because probably a large proportion of our audience does do improv.
Honestly, it's a great skill, guys.
We're improving right now.
It's a great skill.
But
just stop asking people to come and watch you do it, though.
One of my most successful doodles I've done in the last 2 years has been one I did about dismissing improv. So people do hate it. So don't think that we're just being mean. It's a thing that people don't
People
like.
do hate it. But at the same time, all of the people that you probably respect the most in TV probably started off doing improv, which is what's fascinating, because I think that feeds into that whole idea that the geeks at school, right, become the successful people, or the ugly girls become the really beautiful, confident ones. And improv people are fucking losers, right? But they use that energy, that mind that they create, to become like these TV moguls, or like Will Ferrell, or like Tina Fey. They all started doing improv. So, you know, good for you guys. That's take that, popular kids at school. Like, that's what that whole thing is about, you know?
Yeah. But do you remember when I did improv in Edinburgh to promote my show? I was invited on as a spot to promote sunrise shit. I was invited on as the kind of extra one in the improv group.
I had blacked that out. I had blacked that out.
And they were like, okay, let's welcome to the stage Jessie K.
In one of those like tiny rooms in the Pleasance Above or whatever. So it's like you can see literally everyone in the audience.
And you were sitting on the front row I could see you fully because you were lit. And they were like, okay, let's pass the ball to Jessie. And I'd be, Jessie, do you want to go up and say something, and then we'll respond? we'll add to your story. Tell us something. Tell us something, anything, Jessie. And I just stood there silently. Just tell us anything. You know, it's free. It's a free space. Whatever they were saying. And they all seemed really tall as well. Very tall improv people.
They were all wearing like old trainers as well.
So I said as my thing, I was like, I don't like bananas, or something like that. And do you remember they just, okay, yeah, let's see what we can do with this, yeah. Oh, I've got a banana now. Oh, let's go shopping on the banana. Oh.
So painful.
I froze. And I remember, and they were like, hey, after the awful improv I tried to do, they were like, hey Jessie, do you wanna promote your show now? Where are you on? What time? And I remember saying something really fucking conceited, like, because at this point, I'd already sold out the shows, and I was so embarrassed by my performance in the improv class that I didn't want anyone to come anyway.
Sure.
So I was just like, it's sold out, so you can't come. You can't come. It's sold out. It's sold out already, so don't come.
Oh my God.
You can try and queue, but you won't be able to come.
Wasn't Carrie Lloyd in that improv group?
No. I might have done one with her years ago before she got big. Anyway, Ben Schnetzer, he's the type of person who now is too big for me to go up and say hi as a friend.
Sure.
Because because I didn't see him in the Fix a few years ago when I had Margot, and he came up to me because we really got on the Pride set. But because I didn't have any proper lines, I didn't feel like I was a proper actress in Pride. So I didn't feel like I could actually even look at anyone who had a line. Yeah. Because just, they're important, I'm scum.
Yeah.
So
you played honestly a glowing lesbian. Really glowing lesbian.
So funny.
She did a fantastic job.
I actually did have a couple of lines, so I am a legit, and I was in every scene almost in that film.
You were great.
I spent about 2 months doing that fucking film.
It was great.
And it is a great film.
It's such a good film.
Anyway, I felt really embarrassed. So when he actually came up to speak to me in the coffee shop, I was like, oh, hi, yeah, how are you? This is before he's kind of gone on to get some really big roles. But now, after seeing the Harry Caber affair, I now know I couldn't speak to him.
Yeah, you have to now pretend like you've never met him and you're just a fan.
I don't know what Pride is.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were in a restaurant and you saw... Callum. We saw Callum from Glue, who was gorgeous.
Probably
like
one of the most
model
beautiful
now.
men in the Met
And probably
world.
going out with like Cara Delevingne or something like that.
I just said beautiful men in the Met. He's so beautiful, like I just can't even speak.
Yeah.
He's actually really nice, and he actually has spoken to me since. So Callum Turner, you're a cool guy. You are down to the earth.
Jessie saw him walking past the restaurant and in a very uncharacteristic fit of like, you know, good mood, jolly, I'm going to be sociable. And also I think that we were at a family event and Jessie saw this actor walking past the window in Soho and she jumped up out of her seat and ran after him. And then you started calling his name, didn't you? But he didn't hear because he was on a phone call. So
I didn't realise he had an headphone in. I thought he was just blanking me.
yeah.
But then I saw he was on a vocal, so I had to do my kind of run to a slow and then just look around and then just walk back. But because it was one of these restaurants in Soho where I had outside seating, everyone had seen me sprint out of the restaurant, watch me get like blanked, and then slowly walk back in as if nothing had happened.
Did he see you?
No, he didn't. And then when I saw him at a party a couple of years later, I said, so, you know, I actually ran up to you on a street a couple of years ago. And I don't know why I said that. It's one of my kind of trying to be charming things.
Yeah. But actually we just come across as snivelling and desperate.
And a loser, yeah. So but he said, oh, no, you should have just stopped me. And I said, but it looked like an important phone call. But I think I assume that anyone on a phone call is having an important phone call because phone calls are so horrific.
Exactly.
But actually, some people are just phone call people.
Yeah, some people just like to chat on the phone.
So I don't think he would have minded if I'd interrupted. So that's one of my deep regrets.
2021, we're going to interrupt loads of people that we see on the street.
And I might answer more phone calls.
Totally.
I actually got told off once by a producer, maybe a costume designer, somebody on a production, after I got that little Black Mirror job. Mm-hmm. And she had left a voicemail. And it was at my period of time where I had a phobia. I still do. Don't ever leave me a voicemail. But I have a phobia of voicemails, which I could talk about for a while, actually. It was because of the rape. But I won't go into it now. It's because he left me a voicemail. It sounds way more traumatic, but because of that,
I had no idea about that.
Yeah, he left me a voicemail the next day being like, didn't rape you.
Good.
I think we have to cut that.
Yep.
Anyway, and since then, I deleted it. Obviously, I deleted the voicemail, and I now can't listen to voicemails. I don't know whether it is actually true. It is true that happened, but I don't know whether now I just think that's probably something that I should be traumatized by. So I'm going to now never listen to voicemails. But anyway, you can record your own voicemail message. And so I had, hi, it's Jessie. I don't listen to voicemails. I have a phobia of voicemails, so don't leave me a voicemail. And that was what you got when you called me and I didn't answer. Mm-hmm. Did you remember that?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I thought that was fine. I thought it was funny. Mm. I thought, people who know me will know that that's funny and dry. But when I got, for my first day on this job, well, the only morning on that job.
You did a great job.
I did a great job in that scene.
Jessie's so good. I think that is, I think, known as the best episode of Black Mirror as well.
And also my defining moment in my career. Just me laughing manically in my own glasses.
Yeah, God, you look gorgeous as well.
Anyway, the costume designer said, hi. And I was like, hi, I'm Jessie. And she's like, yes, I know. You have to change that voicemail message. Sorry, what? And she told me off. Within 1 minute of meeting her. She said, that voicemail message made me really dislike you. And I almost burst into tears because I was like, well, I want to say, it's just a funny, because I genuinely can't listen to voicemails. And it's just, yes, but it's not okay because I had to leave a voicemail. I had to leave you a voicemail and it's not okay. And I remember thinking,
oh, what a fucking bitch.
No, she's actually really, really nice. But I felt so ashamed. I thought, oh, am I an awful person for having my own voicemail message that I thought was funny, but it actually wasn't funny, it was rude. But I did change it. So now I just have there is no answer or whatever.
I mean...
Now I have, don't fucking leave me a voicemail. But yeah, so she really told me off about that.
It's the worst thing getting told off by like people... in a professional circumstance. Okay, I have a terrible experience. So I was working on like a period drama film on Chesil Beach, and I only had like 4 or 5 days of filming or whatever. But it was quite late on in the filming process, so there already was very much like a vibe on set that it was like a family.
Yeah, you weren't
like
involved.
A family. I was not involved in that family. I was just coming in, doing my job and whatever. So I didn't like get to soak up that goodness, that good atmosphere. And they did this thing where they would all like eat lunch in a circle around every day and have like a chat.
Why do
about
actors do
what's
that?
on TV.
Actors love eating lunch together.
Not just actors.
Crew and
Crew
everyone.
and producers and director. It was honestly a bizarre atmosphere. It was like they were all on mushrooms. It was so weird. Kicking off their shoes, like, you know, like resting on each other's shoulder, which I get, maybe that's nice if you've been there from the beginning, but if you're somebody coming in, it really was creepy vibes. And anyway, they were having a discussion about this new thing that had come on Netflix at the time, the documentary about Amanda Knox.
Oh, I love that documentary.
Which I thought was fascinating, but I had some interesting opinions on it or whatever. Whatever. This producer, very, very senior producer, being all jovial and friendly, decided to say, oh, wow, my God, I loved it. Who else has seen it? Let's talk about it. And no one else had seen it. And I thought, okay, well, this is my chance to, like, you know, show that I'm not, like, just stupid young person, like, whatever. So I was like, oh, yeah, I saw it. And she was like, oh, my God, wasn't it amazing? Didn't you think it was just the best thing? And I said, oh, well, actually, I thought it was really interesting, but I found it strange that you used her as a narrative device because I found that to be sort of biased. Like, I wanted to believe her, but at the same time, I'm not sure that I could entirely trust her because we were seeing her like as a sort of a film character narrating her own story when actually somebody died, type of thing. Mm-hmm. I made some point like that. I didn't think it was particularly aggressive. And she flipped at me, this producer. She said, that is exactly what the tabloids did to her. That is disgusting. That is anti-feminist. You're basically condemning the female species to, like, oh my God. And like for a 19-year-old, like in front of literally everyone on set, it was like it was the most harrowing fucking experience of my life. And I only now look back and think, what was she doing?
What was she doing?
She was the one that invited conversation about it. But it was because you just feel so pathetic and small when you're like this little actor person that's come in, you know, whatever, and everybody else has these moving parts and you just need to do what you're told. I felt so stupid for even putting up my hand for saying, like, let's be involved in the conversation. That's
horrible.
Oh my God, that was horrendous. I had such a bad experience with that.
That's horrible. That would taint everything. And it's just so unnecessary. Why? Why do people, when they invite a discussion, then have to have a heated debate and then make someone else feel stupid?
I think because they want to put someone down because it makes them feel more like justified in, you know, their conclusion that they've come to. It was really nasty. And oh my God.
I just freeze. I freeze when I'm asked for an opinion about something serious or topical. And I've learned now with age, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
It's just I don't have an opinion that is worth sharing, or more importantly, that I want to share. Yeah, no, I just don't have an opinion. I just when it comes to somebody wanting to have a debate, I freeze, and I've learned that I freeze because I think I'm going to be told off like that. I think I'm going to be told, no, your opinion is wrong. My opinion is right. And I have more evidence than you do to back my opinion up.
Yeah.
When very often I take a sweeping opinion of something, a kind of an emotional feeling of something, a read of whatever it is, and don't really care that much about it. So I don't feel like I have a place to say, I don't have a debate. I don't have any debate. I would not be able to have a debate.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of like a microcosm of why politics is so polarized anyway, why it seems like there are just these two completely different factions, probably because it's made up of people who are really good at shouting with a loud voice and making other people feel very small, and they therefore don't want to contribute. When actually, I think if there was just like a less aggressive way of debating stuff out, people would kind of see that we're all a bit more in the middle.
Exactly, because then people like me would want to get involved and share their opinion, which might help. But because I've kind of, I think from school and stuff, I've just learned that, okay, I'm not an academic person, so I'm going to get out the race.
Sure.
And I think if I'd been encouraged more at school to kind of, I was immediately sidelined at school and sixth form as, okay, she's weird. She just does her own little art over there. Just leave her to it. And, you know, she's, oh, wow, look at that little drawing. Okay, let's go back to our fucking debate. And I've just learned that I kind of, that's why I'm so kind of, what's the word? I like being in the corner.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Well, I mean, no, because that's a few words, isn't it?
But I was going to say I've dug my own hole, and I like it.
You've self-isolated.
I've been self-isolating for a long time.
This year and the first time Jessie self-isolated.
No.
That's
Anyway,
fascinating. I mean, babe, I think I know what you need.
What? A book?
It's improv. It's improv. Clearly, to get back at the bullies.
I do.
Invent your own world.
Improv probably would be very good for me
Exactly.
because I'm so socially inept.
Yeah.
But I don't like things where it's like, we're all friends here as well. We're working together, but we're also a group.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I can't bear it when it's a group that I already feel like it's because of self-confidence again. I'm not going to be allowed to get into that group. I'm not cool enough.
I think both of us just have such a crippling fear of like somebody realizing that we were like kind of geeky, girls at school and didn't have that many friends. It's like no matter what we can achieve as adults or what strides we can make in our life and how many friends we can actually have and how many good relationships we can form.
Yeah.
I think that there's this underlying feeling constantly that somebody's just going to like pull the curtain and reveal, your trembling childhood self that like just felt bad about not being invited to a sleepover.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. On another note, I just thought that it'd be nice to reference because Instagram lately has been so nice for me. And now I remember when Donnie was born, it stepped up for me and how important social media was, because a lot of the time you're sitting there breastfeeding and you have nothing else to do apart from watch the news or whatever, Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, which is what we watched when Donnie was born, which I can't watch again. Watched all of them.
Love Gordon Ramsay though. Love him.
So I only watch the news and then I go on Instagram. And I did a post yesterday about reflux because the baby, it was comical how much vomit and shit was on me yesterday morning. And not only that, I had a jumper on, which is my favourite jumper, my emotionally drained jumper. I still thought that I could eat while breastfeeding because I remember with Donnie, I got a special breastfeeding pillow do you remember it? Where I could balance a bowl on the breastfeeding bowl. Yeah. On the breastfeeding pillow. And so I'm still kind of quite stubborn thinking, no, I can eat and breastfeed, just cover the baby in a tea towel, it's fine. And I made one of my blueberry smoothie bowls in the morning thinking, okay, that this is healthy, this is a good thing, it's fine, I can just do this. And as I put the bowl, I positioned it on pillows with a tea towel under, and the baby was under a muslin cloth. I thought, this is safe, this is fine. The baby kicked, and the blueberry smoothie bowl, dark blue, went all over the velvet sofa.
Oh no.
So under that rug you saw downstairs is just a massacre of blueberries. And it was so bad that I panicked. I froze. It was all over him as well because the tea towel had come off. So he was covered. He did a poo at the same time. So he was now
out of shock.
He was so scared because I didn't scream, but I definitely flinched. And on the way up, I just panicked. So I stood up. I took him to the nappy changing table, dripping blueberry all down the sitting room. It was so bad.
I'm so sorry.
Anyway, so I was wearing that jumper yesterday morning. He had been vomiting since about 5 a.m. because he feeds and then you have to hold him still. Otherwise, he just vomits everything back up. I've gone to the doctor. I've been prescribed Gaviscon. So I thought, I feel like shit right now. I'm just going to post about this because he was in the upright position that I sleep in. So now my neck is kind of damaged. Mm-hmm. And I thought, this must be something that other people have gone through. So I did a post about Gaviscon and has anyone else tried Gaviscon? I got so many amazing comments, really helpful things, tips, but also most of them have been in exactly the same situation. And I think with Donnie, I didn't realise that. I thought that, oh no, there's something wrong with the baby. There must be something wrong with the baby or something wrong with me and my ability to breastfeed or my milk or something. But it was just so comforting to see that other people have exactly the same problem. So many other mothers are sleeping upright, holding the baby still for 20 minutes before the baby vomits, have one boob out for 18 hours of the day. It's just amazing that it's so comforting when you realise that people have gone through the same thing.
And also that their intentions are good, like that they just genuinely want to help.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
So I wanted to say thank you for those people who did comment. And also say thank you because so many people were so nice about the sunset cover. And so many people pre-ordered the book.
It's incredible.
So many people. It was just so nice.
And people were nice about your dodgy haircut and everything.
And so many people were nice about my dodgy haircut.
Which looks fine to me.
Okay, let's just show the haircut.
Okay. This is not
Sorry,
applicable for people listening.
Yeah.
I'll sing a song at the same time so that the people that are listening get something. Silent night.
Look at that long bit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And then.
Oh my God, that's so much shorter. What was he like? What
He
was
said
his
it was
plan?
because he said it was because it was a dry cut, so it was my fault.
You should go back in and get the money back.
It was 50 quid.
You should go back in and get the money back.
I should.
You get a new jumper.
I could get a new jumper with that.
You get 2 new jumpers with that.
Oh, I suddenly was like, yeah, I could get a new jumper. Now I realise you're talking about the blueberry stain jumper.
Oh God, that's awful. I can trim that for you for sure.
Yeah, but I think it looks like a statement haircut, don't you think?
No, it just looks like dishevelled. Okay. But it's so much better now that it's shorter. I mean, like, it was ridiculous before.
And because of you, I cut my hair.
Horatio did a really funny Instagram story
that,
of Jessie.
and at first I was like, I look great. And then I looked all the way down and saw the hair, like, sweeping the chair.
It's so gross, like it was dusting the floor.
It's so really ugly. Grim. It just looked like I looked so Amish. So Amish. And also kind of hugging the baby in quite a territorial way.
Sure. You want a sprinkle of Amish, do you know what I mean? But you don't want that much because it's overpowering as a flavour in general.
But I don't want to look like I'm one of these people. I don't mind having really, really long hair. I do mind when people think it's because of an issue.
Oh, sure. When like they think that like you're like saving your hair for some sort of cult leader or something.
Yeah. Or they think that I've got just she's not into drugs, she's not into alcohol, she's into having really long hair.
Exactly. And that you use it in some weird way, you know?
When I'm having sex.
Like you whip it. I bet that's what people think.
It's just because I want to one day have a bob, but I'm scared that I will suddenly look really old if I have a bob. And I'm also scared that my thick hair will suddenly be thin if I have a bob, because I think that I have a lot of fine hair. That's what hairdressers tell me. Sure. So I'm worried that if I have a bob, I'm just suddenly just going to look like a different person. And I've been this person since I had started having long hair, probably when I was about 25. So I don't want to become a different person. I kind of like I like me.
I know, but that way madness lies too. You know?
I like me.
Like, you have to understand that life is changing all around you, and your children will be growing up, and your career and your work and everything in your life is going to change. Makes sense that you want to hold on to some sort of semblance of security, i.e. the long hair. But at some point, you know, if it's inconvenient to change it, you're not going to change who you are fundamentally in your soul.
That's true.
So
I like having it in a top bun,
exactly.
and I can't have it in a top bun with a bob. But I also, remember, I can have cute little pigtails.
And you can have cute little plaits. Oh, that'd be so
But I could
cute.
also have my favourite hairstyle ever, which I had when I was a teenager, my scruffy pony.
Oh, scruffy pony, all the way. Britney Spears, Baby Hit Me One More Time music video.
Oh my God, I forgot about
She's
that.
wearing the pink sports bra and the white tracksuit bottoms, and she's got a scruffy pony. Iconic.
What one's that? Not You Drive Me Crazy.
No. Baby,
sometimes.
Baby Hit Me One More Time.
Oh, Baby Hit me baby one more time.
Oh. Hit me baby one more time.
Oh, I can't.
Baby Hit Me One More Time. Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
I save up looking at Britney's Instagram.
Me too.
Every couple of weeks, then I just have a little
I
look.
mute her and then unmute her for when I really, really need like a serotonin boost. It's like homemade antidepressants.
Yeah. Anyway, Instagram people, you know, on the Discover page, so it's not only binge eating that's kind of flooded my thing lately, because obviously we talked about that last week on the podcast, and I thought, right, these two girls, they need some top tips.
Yeah.
But there was one from I didn't realize she's got millions of followers. I don't know who she is. It's like I don't know who anyone on Strictly Come Dancing is this year, because they're just famous people that I don't know exist. And it turns out she's a Love Island contestant, and she's just had a baby.
What's her name?
Camilla Thurlow.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Have you?
Yeah.
Anyway, I saw a top tip that she did this morning on Instagram Discover page. She said she uses nipple cream on her lips. So do my lips look nice?
They do look lovely. They look nice and plump.
That's because of the nipple cream.
That's really gross. I can't believe it.
It's basically Vaseline.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also rushed out, so my lips are just obviously naturally plump.
I remember reading that your perfect nude lipstick is supposedly the same colour as your nipples. I remember,
really?
Yeah, that's an Instagram tip that I got, because Instagram thinks I'm a whore.
And you are.
I am in ways.
So So people were really, really, really nice about the cover, which was just so nice and exciting to see the light at the end.
People are very supportive of you on Instagram. It's nice. I feel like people are kind of supportive of me on Instagram, but at the same time, I guess because I haven't quite worked out what my brand is on Instagram, it's understandable that they're confused by it. So I know you said not to say this, but I did an Instagram yesterday that I thought was funny of me like posting an overly sexy photo that took about an hour to actually take because my mum...
Who did it?
My mum and my brother both took turns
so it was mummy.
taking the photo and then getting upset that I didn't like the results. But the fact is they don't know how to focus a camera or use it. It was incredibly frustrating.
It's amazing how bad our mum is at taking a photo.
So it took a while and eventually we got one that kind of worked and I had the caption on my head that I thought would be funny because I did like a really cringy teenage self-tape. And so I just thought that was a funny thing, auditioning for a Netflix 16-year-old with a really sexy photo. No, it was 16.
Oh, okay.
Jamie said 15 would be too much.
Oh shit, 15's underage. Yeah. I should know that.
But I just thought it was funny because, like, obviously the joke is that everyone on Netflix is like played by an adult, despite the fact that they're all in high school. But instead, I just got loads of comments of people saying, "Hey, you got this. Hey, break a leg, you're gonna make it." And it just looks like I'm so desperate that I'm posting my first audition of the year. Auditioning today. It's just like that's really upsetting that that's what people think my brand is. Like hopeful determinism. But in a way, maybe that's what my brand should be. I don't know. Maybe the whole dark humor thing, I just don't look like I can pull it off. Maybe I can't. Yeah,
it shows how proud you are when you see comments like that. And I sometimes get comments exactly like that, like, "You're a survivor, Jessie," when I've just posted something kind of stupid. And it's like, I didn't need that, but thank you.
Sure.
And it's you have to have a huge amount of self-control not to comment back, "Actually, I didn't mean it like that.
Yes.
I was being funny. I was being funny."
Yeah.
So it's good that you didn't reply to them.
Oh yeah, sure. I thought I'd just leave them up. But it's just funny that you really don't have control over what people are going to interpret of your jokes and whatnot. And I just think it's great that on your Instagram, because you've cultivated it's wonderful. It's like a portfolio in a way of your life and your experiences. It's so obvious now where your humour lies and where your unique quirkiness lies, and people can take out of it what they want.
Yeah, whereas your Instagram is like the very funny captions that you do very sporadically.
But because I don't Instagram that often, it's difficult to maybe interpret what kind of a person I am. But I'm not sure that I want social media to be a way that you can interpret who I am. That's kind of scary. I mean, that's only one step away from like you having a version of yourself on AI that people can go and talk to.
I was talking about this with Alfie last night because I was being overly sincere about how much I love Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I said, it's just amazing because Instagram, I was walking back today and I suddenly realized Instagram is the modern blog. It is the modern blog.
Yeah.
Because in a blog, remember BB Bakes?
Yeah.
You would have to have a whole load of text and then one shitty little image.
Exactly. And you had to like put together like a bunch of different images that would like look good from afar, but it was never great images.
Whereas now you can have a caption and you can have like an essay.
Oh yeah.
So it is the modern blog, and that's why I don't feel ashamed anymore now that I've thought of it as the modern blog, because now I can write longer form on it if I want to, or I can just share a photo. But Instagram, it's like I've just discovered Instagram. I have an evolution of myself on Instagram because it goes back to now.
Yeah, well, it's nice, the sincerity now. It's like you can embrace the fact that it does actually bring you joy. Everything in life has cons, and everything in life you need to maybe moderate. But at the same time, it's a tool that you can use to improve your life. And I think
it has definitely
really, really
improved.
well.
It has absolutely 100% improved my life.
I just find it so annoying when people take these social media breaks because clearly they're using Instagram in a way that's unhealthy for them. But they have to Instagram about the fact that they're taking an Instagram break beforehand.
Can't bear it. So
it's
I'm
like,
just saying
surely
goodbye
just
for now,
stop
but I will be
using it.
watching your stories.
Exactly. It's just
from my other account.
Exactly. I don't know. It's just so funny. It's like, okay, clearly Instagram is affecting you in a bad way because you need people to know that you're like going off to nurture your soul and your body or whatever. But it's like, that shouldn't be what it's for. It should be for you like finding out about the world or like checking in your friends or having a laugh or whatever.
It's way more fun to just be off Instagram for a bit and make people think that something awful has happened. That's way more fun because when people who are very active on Instagram suddenly go quiet, I love it. It's like a murder mystery.
Exactly. So funny. So funny.
I even text them sometimes like, "You okay?"
Yeah, because my friend Honey uses Instagram so much. So whenever she stops, and she doesn't tend to do the social media break thing, she just stops. I do genuinely worry for her.
So what are you going to get me for Christmas?
Could you say that? Could you say that in a way less like you want to kill me?
No, what are you going to get me for Christmas? I don't want you to get me anything.
I already bought you something.
Oh no! Well, I bought you some collagen eye bags, the ones that you wanted.
Eye bags?
Yeah, the eye bags.
You mean the eye
masks?
The eye patches?
Yeah,
the eye patches. I saw them advertised on my Instagram yesterday, Claire, because we were talking about them.
But I thought that they would cost way more money, so I'm sorry. They were $12.99.
No, don't worry.
And they don't do anything.
I bought you something quite cheap too.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. So that we're in the festive spirit.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody has a lovely really Christmas. Good Christmas. Have fun.
Have fun. We're going to have a great time.
Have a lovely vegan nut roast.
Wait, don't turn it off yet. Excuse me, I hadn't finished what I was saying. I was giving you a lovely Christmas spirit message.
Yeah, go on then.
So I put loads of food on the Waitrose, the home delivery shop thing, and all the turkeys are sold out. Sorry, I just thought that was quite a fun thing to say.
Well, we can't eat turkey anyway, so we don't allow meat into this house.
They're all gone.
No meat for
So
us.
we're just going to be eating lots of parsnip stars.
Oh.
I got 3 of those because those are so good.
That's all I want.
That's all I want, genuinely, just the parsnip stars.
Yeah. You said that like you're from New Jersey.
The parsnip stars.
But thank you so much if you have listened to all of our episodes. We really, really appreciate it. We have a small but loyal following so far.
It's been super fun.
And next year we're going to be doing them weekly, which is going to be great. And
we have been doing them weekly.
Yeah, I know, but like more weekly. Yeah.
I'm an illiterate bitch.
Yeah, but also have a book out, so.
She has got a book out.
I'm not that illiterate, thanks, Bebe.
No, I'm joking.
Bitch. So if you wanted to come to our live one on the 6th of February,
6th of February, livenation.co.uk. It's at the Kentish Show 2 Forum.
Yeah, so. I'll be, what's the word? Selling? What's the word for pushing? I'll be pushing tickets.
Yeah, pushing tickets.
On my Instagram stories. Yeah.
It's going to be great. And we hope that you will have a lovely Christmas.
Yeah. I hope it's not that nice, actually, because I don't think ours is going to be that great.
Yeah, don't have too good a time.
Yeah.
Like, don't ruin like next year.
Yeah.
Because you'll be like, oh, it's not going to be as good as Christmas was, you know?
Yeah.
Just keep it moderated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stay at home.
Just stay at home.
Don't see your family.
Just be responsible, you know? Just be responsible.
Yeah, but do have a nice time.
Just have a nice time as well, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Oh, and follow our Patreon, because there'll be lots of stuff over the Christmas period on Patreon.
Exactly. That's our way to connect.
That is our way to connect.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
She's going crazy now. She's going